today we're going to talk a little bit about taro. Hello friends, as many of you are aware, one of our goals here is to become independent for the necessities of life. And so whether that be food, water, shelter, energy, we want to have and produce our own. And here in Hawaii, we have a lot of opportunity to grow an amazing variety of fruit and vegetables. There are literally hundreds of different kinds of fruit and vegetable that we can grow here. And so sometimes we occasionally stumble upon something new, and it's an exciting find toward our goal of being independent and having a sustainable life here. Sometimes that thing is actually something that's been around or in front of you all the time. Today we're going to talk a little bit about taro. So taro is a Polynesian root vegetable. This is one here. And it's been around and a staple of the Hawaiian people and Polynesians in general for thousands of years. But some of us tend to overlook it. I actually never really ate much taro, largely because locally it's primarily used to make poi. And poi is not something that I ever really acquired a taste for. But recently we were given some taro. We were told how to cook it up. We did so, and the whole family was just raving about how amazing it tasted. A lot of the foods that we grow for ourselves, greens and things like that, tend not to be too filling, right? But so it's always really great to find things that are kind of more substantial, things like breadfruit and avocados and sweet potatoes and things like that. And so today we're excited to be adding to the homestead a lot of taro. So I'm going to show you a little bit about taro, just a bit, as well as how we prepare it and what we're looking forward to doing with it on the homestead. So taro is a carbohydrate-rich root vegetable that grows under the ground. This is the plant here. You have the taro leaf, and you have the stem, and then the root is growing underneath the ground. It takes about 6 to 12 months to produce the actual corm that you primarily eat. And so this would be the mother plant here, and then this would be one of the keikis, or the babies that grow nearby. One of the reasons we didn't grow taro in our previous homesteading experience here in Hawaii is that taro requires quite a bit of soil, and that was something we didn't have at our prior residence. It was mostly a volcanic-based soil there. And here, now that we're in this new area, we have feet and feet of soil, and it is where a lot of the taro is grown. Of course, there are different varieties of taro, and there are types that grow more in the dry land, like in our area, as well as those that grow in a wet environment. I was recently visiting with a gentleman who's bulldozing our farm, and he had a bunch of taro in the back of his vehicle. And he gave me some advice on how to prepare it. So today we're going to cook up a little bit, and I'll just show you briefly our unorthodox way of preparing it. We're not making poi, but we're essentially going to be taking the taro root, cutting off the exterior skin. We will then be steaming or boiling the inside root. And afterward, we'll cut it up into small slices reminiscent of potatoes, and we'll put it in the frying pan with a little bit of coconut oil, and it just makes something really quite special.
Okay guys, who would like to have some taro?
Yum.
With vegan mayo and ketchup.
Mmm.
Like it?
It sounds like potato. Yeah.
It does. Look at that. Well, do you think should we grow taro?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how the taro grows typically is essentially like this, under the ground. And when you dig it up and you want to propagate the next batch for the next year's crop, what you're going to do is you're going to separate it or cut it here about 2 rings down, leaving some of the eyes here. And then simply you're going to take this and bury it in the soil, and within about, of course you're going to fertilize it, and within 6 to 12 months, in this case 9 months for this variety, you're going to have large roots like this, which are really going to go a long way toward feeding a family. So we're looking forward to, in the coming year, actually planting quite a bit of this. Sometimes it's hard to find enough, especially when you're starting a new property, it's hard to find enough of something to plant a good quantity of it, especially if your family plans on living off the land as much as possible. But we do have a neighbor who is leasing some land, and they are growing the taro. They told us that in the near future they're going to be rotating the crop and changing over to Hawaiian purple sweet potatoes. And so as a result, they're phasing out their taro production in that area, and we can come and harvest and take as many little cuttings as we need to get our own garden started. So that was really a great find, and we're really excited to have another crop in our arsenal. And to be honest, it tastes a whole lot better than many things like cassava, which we were planning on growing a good bit of. Anyhow, guys, hope you found that of interest. Week by week, month by month, we're continuing our search to find new and interesting fruits and vegetables to add to our property to gain greater independence. Something we've been working on recently is looking to replace the pineapples that we lost from our previous homestead. And so I've been kind of searching around and trying to figure out how we can find white pineapples. White pineapples are really a special kind. They are very low acid and very, very sweet and tasty. And so this would be one of the tops or slips that we can plant and grow. But I've been looking for hundreds of those and having some trouble finding them. But just the other day I found a farm in Kauai that grows these sugarloaf white pineapples, and they are willing to send me a crate or so of these pineapple tops. And so that's something that we're working on at the present time, and we'll see if we can get those over here air freight and plant them in the not too distant future. So aloha, God bless, and we'll see you in the next video.